are helping other callers. Please hold, and someone will be with you momentarily.
Good morning, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare. This is Kim. How may I direct your call?
I need to speak to guest services.
Okay, one moment.
This call is being recorded.
Good morning, Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare. This is Ann. How may I help you?
Hey, I was just speaking to you. Can I speak to guest services, please?
This is guest services.
Yeah, are you the same person I was just talking to?
I'm not sure.
You sound exactly the same. Is there a supervisor there?
Sure. We have supervisors for different things.
Patient care and safety and investigation.
Okay. I don't think there's no one here on the weekends.
That's not true. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude.
No. You're not being rude. I'm thinking because I'm usually just here on the weekends. I'm just trying to figure out who would be here on the weekends. Would a nursing supervisor be able to assist you?
No, it's above their pay grade.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let me see if I can find our supervisor for patient care. Her number. I know she's not here at the hospital right now. Let's see. I want to see an office number. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find a different number. See if there's a different number for her. Can you hold on for me, please?
Sure.
I have someone on the phone that's looking for a supervisor. It sounds like they may need May. Do y'all have a number for May? For May. Only number I see is the office number. I'm looking at her email. It says her office number. Maybe you think I should give them Angela's number? I mean, I don't know what to do. I guess, but there's nobody here. There's no supervisor here for us during the day. Can you hold 1 second for me?
Sure.
Thank you. Hi, dear. This is the operator. This is Liz. Can I help you?
Yes. Is this the same department I was just speaking to?
This is a guest services operator for Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. Yes, sir.
The guest services for who?
Okay. What kind of issues she's trying to get me to help her out? What kind of issues you need for a supervisor so I can?
Sure, absolutely. I need to discuss this with the supervisor directly, though. Who are you exactly? I'm sorry.
Who am I?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm one hospital supervisor. I'm trying to figure out if you need the house supervisor, which is
I need to
supervisor.
speak to a supervisor about patient care and safety.
Patient care and safety.
An investigation. Correct.
For an investigation?
Correct.
Okay, now we do have a house supervisor. However, probably transfer to patient experience with us handling complaints and stuff like that. But there's not a patient experience person on weekends. But one thing I can tell you now is we transfer you to the nursing supervisor, which is over the whole hospital.
What's that person's name?
I'm sorry, right now I don't know who's on call this weekend. It's different supervisors, but I can transfer you to that number, and they might be able to help you.
Okay, what's the supervisor's name that's usually there?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure who's on today.
What I'm saying is, what's the supervisor's name who's in charge on the weekdays?
Weekdays? Yeah. They vary. That's what I'm saying. So they vary. Some different ones. The weekend person works through the week as well. I think they work so many hours.
I understand, ma'am. It's not that complicated. Is there a supervisor that I could speak to there now who's knowledgeable about these types of situations?
That's why I asked you if you want me to send you to the house supervisor, which is the nursing supervisor. That's why I asked you, would you like to speak to her?
Okay, does she handle these types of patient care and safety situations, or?
Okay, as I just said, she's over the whole hospital. If she can't, she probably could pass it on to someone. As I was saying, there's no person today in patient experience, but the nursing supervisor will be the next person in line that might be able to help you.
It's too delicate.
Okay.
Who's in charge of the security there?
Security is Scott.
What's his name?
You mean the security itself, or just today?
You said Scott?
That's what I'm asking. You mean the main security person, or just the one that's on today?
Who is Scott?
He's the supervisor that's taking calls today, sir.
Okay. Just today, or just the weekends, or?
I mean, he's here through the week as well. That's why I keep saying different people work both weekends and day shifts, whenever. But
I can understand, so they don't get burnt out. That makes sense. So who is in charge of security there at the hospital in general? Is there a director? Is there a chief executive?
Chief is, what's his name? Philip Dole.
How do you spell that?
Phillip, Dole, Dyle.
And that's for the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital?
Tallahassee Memorial Hospital, yes, sir.
And that includes the emergency room there?
Will Philip build the emergency room as well? For what? As far as the security for the whole hospital? Yeah. Yes, he would.
Okay. And is he also in charge of the audio and video camera footage?
Yeah, I'm sure you could do audio and video.
Were you asking your colleague, or you're sure of that?
I'm sure that's how the security put us up by camera. So, I mean, like any ones like the one on today could put up a video, but if you want to do that person, he's not here on weekends. And the one that's here today. The only one they can pull up.
What did your colleague say? He said, who's the only one?
It's what my colleague said. Unfortunately, she was saying the same thing. I'm going to tell you that he could pull it up. And like today, the supervisors themselves can pull it up, which is Scott that's on today. He will be able to fill the door and get it for you.
Okay.
And can we get your name?
They should be aware of my name at this point. So I'm trying to get in contact with the people who should be aware of my name at this point. Like I said, it's an investigation. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. It's just, it's very delicate, and it involves some very serious crimes. Not saying you have anything to do with that, in particular, but guest services is a department that has to be involved in these types of situations. That's the purpose of the department. It's called guest services.
The guest services has something to do with this? Is that what you're saying?
So what type of services does guest services provide? Do they...
guest service provide like patient information.
Patient care and safety, things like that?
Not really, because we're not on floors. They just do this. Point out people to directions of the hospital, look up clients' names, or help.
Right. Well, what I mean is, for example, if there's a patient and care safety issue, and the patient themselves walk into the hospital, they would have to walk into guest services, being that they were a guest at that hospital, and there was a patient care and safety issue, and they would address that.
Okay, if there's a patient care safety issue, unless they let someone know, we wouldn't know.
Say that again?
I said, like you're saying, this is a patient care safety issue that you don't care to discuss as far as the investigation. We wouldn't know this information.
Yeah, well, see, traditionally, what would happen is, for example, the patient, if they weren't represented by counsel or they didn't have anybody to help them, and or obviously if they were in a situation where they couldn't tell anybody to help them or ask anybody to help them because it was a situation that is very delicate, they would walk into guest services, being that they were a guest at the hospital, and then there was a patient care and safety issue, and they would address that to guest services, and then guest services would assign an investigator from the hospital to investigate the situation. That's true.
Okay, what we'll do if they walk in guest services for us assign an investigator, what we would do at guest service when you walk in with those issues, they would get Mr. Philip Doyle, which is over the stuff like that for you. And I guess he would come meet and speak with that person himself.
Yeah, that's traditionally how it goes. And then obviously they would assign an investigator to the case, unless they were willing to work with that patient directly and obtain the video and audio footage for the patient directly and deal directly with the patient in that situation. But a lot of the times, from experience, they don't like to do that because they don't want to get in trouble, obviously, and they try to cover up the situation and all that. But these type of particular situations, from experience, they need to be documented. They need to be brought to the proper person's attention, and it needs to be given to them in writing as well, stating that, it's been reported, it's been documented, and that they're not going to delete the footage within 30 days, and they're going to follow the policy, which is being that this situation is reported, and it involves crimes, it involves an assault, and it involves several other high-profile situations that their policy requires them to keep that video footage for as long as necessary. And
that would be with the security department that will keep the camera and the footage as soon. Once they speak to Phil, I guess that's who could keep the video for 30 days or however. I'm not sure how it works, but he would be the right person that would be involved with this.
Yeah, traditionally it's always kept for 30 to 60 days, but anytime a case involves an assault and several crimes or a mental health case or anything like that, it's required to be kept for as long as necessary. And I'm
not sure how long they keep footage.
Well, that's what the law states. And then again, it's necessary for them to keep that footage until the case is resolved. So you're an investigator yourself? I am an investigator myself. I'm also a victim myself, so I'm familiar with these situations. And I
understand, yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to, resolve this situation.
Yes, sir.
So I was told yesterday that there's someone named Bob Varble there. Who is?
Yes, he is a security. Bob Varble is a security supervisor, but Philip Doyle is the overall.
Philip Doyle, you said?
I said Bob is over security, but Philip Doyle is the public director over the whole security.
Okay, and what's his job title exactly?
Chief Security Officer.
Philip Doyle is the Chief Security?
Philip Doyle is Chief Security Officer, Public Safety, or something like that. Director or Chief Security. I think that's what he is, sir.
Okay. Is there anybody who is knowledgeable about these situations in their entirety? Or maybe somebody who could access this information to find out?
About the security officers?
Yeah, because I need to bring this to the attention of the proper personnel. I can't just be, explaining this entire situation to somebody who is not going to be.
Okay, I understand it. That's why I say I'm just the operator. And as I mentioned earlier, Scott is in charge today, so he probably could take information and pass on to the supervisor, because he is a supervisor as well. But there's others over him, which is Philip and Bob Bob. So, I mean, if you want to speak to someone today, Philip Scott could possibly help you.
Okay, what's Scott's last name?
What's Scott's last name? Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I was just told we don't give our last names.
Okay, so how do you spell Philip Doyle?
I just spell Philip Phillip.
And
being security. I'm sorry.
ma'am, you said his name is Philip Doyle. How do you spell his last name, Doyle?
I'm sure it's probably Doyle.
And Scott doesn't have a last name? For what reason?
I'm sorry, like, I guess, he's safety security, like, close to the administration, Philip. The other employees, we don't give our last names to.
Who is Joe Joyce?
You understand?
No, I can't accept that judgment. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Who is Joe Joyce?
Joe Joyce?
Yes.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Like I said, we don't have a resource on weekends like a transfer there for patient, colleagues information, but there's no resource on the weekend.
Okay. Who's the director of the hospital?
Mark O'Brien is the CEO.
How do I spell that?
Mark, M-A-R-K. O'Brien, O-B-Y-R-A-N-T.
Mark O'Brien?
Yes.
And he's the CEO director of Tallahassee Memorial Hospital?
Yes. He's the chief executive officer, correct. CEO. Okay. And so you're saying that you can't give us information to record this for ourselves, your name?
Well, everything should be documented and verified already, in the sense of, my name, the situation that's attached to this number that I'm calling from now. If they don't have that information already, whoever's trying to access that information should not have it. So that's how serious it is. So I'm trying to document this information that you're providing me now. So it's CEO Mark O'Brien. He's the director of the hospital, or he's the director of security?
Mark, no. Philip Doyle is the director of security. Mark O'Brien is CEO of the hospital.
Okay. Director of security, CEO of hospital.
And so you're saying they already have your information, right?
They should. If they don't, then, once again, I'm not trying to be rude. If they don't, then whoever's trying to access it is not supposed to know.
They're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're an investigator?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
as right now, is there one can help you that's in as supervisor positions today, like nursing supervisor, security supervisor, or anyone to that effect?
that's what I'm trying to find out right now. Who's the best person to speak to? So Mark O'Brien. He's the CEO of the hospital. It shouldn't be too difficult to get in contact with him. How would I get in contact with him?
On today?
Is today a difficult day to get in contact with him?
Because, like I say, he's not normally here on weekends on the hospital.
But he's there during the week?
Monday through Friday, yes, sir.
Okay. Does he have a number, or?
The administration office closed today.
Okay. And what's the best number to get in contact with him on?
You want the number for administration? Let me see. Do you have a hospital book? You got the book that says administration, the blue and white book? I'm trying to get a book for you. Sorry about that. I want to say 431-5867. Let me make sure. It's in the very front on administration, Angela. Okay. Marco Bryant. Bear with me. It's not there. You don't have the other book, do you? I know that number. He still wants Mark O'Brien's main number to the office. It's on administration. I can't find it. This is not the right book here. Let me see. I'm still looking, so bear with me, sir. Okay, would you like the main number to the hospital?
I have that number.
You already have the main number, the 1155. Okay. Like I said, as far as that for the weekend, that's the only number that will be able to help unless it's the nursing supervisor or Scott, which is on call for security this weekend.
And how do I obtain Mark O'Brien's number to speak to him?
Let's see here. He still wants Mark's number tomorrow. Can I put you on hold for a few minutes, sir?
Absolutely.
Okay, hold on.
This call is being recorded. Thank you for calling Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare, your hospital for life. We are located at 1300 Miccosukee Road. For your convenience, our main parking garage has entrances on Centerville Road and Hodges Drive. The cost to park is $1 per day. You may enter our main hospital and our adjacent professional office buildings from this parking garage. If you are parked on one of the upper levels of the deck, take the elevator to the ground floor. This will bring you to the atrium. Colleagues are available at the information desk if you need directional assistance. Please visit tmh.org for a comprehensive parking key and campus map. Thank you for holding. We will be with you in just a moment.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
How you doing?
I have been better.
Okay.
May I ask who I'm speaking with?
I'm with Dave. I'm with the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital security. How can I help you?
All right. What's your name?
Dave.
Dave. How you doing, Dave?
I'm good. How are you? How can I help you?
That's a good question. I'm trying to get in contact with the CEO, Mark O'Brien.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the representative that I was just speaking to,
Okay.
if she cold transferred me to you or warm transferred me to you. about the
Yes,
situation?
because apparently she's been trying to help you out, but you're being uncooperative.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. I apologized actually several times to her. I said I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to resolve the
Okay, because she's
situation.
been on his phone for almost 30 minutes. Now, how can I help you?
Okay. Well, sir, to be quite honest with you, sir, it's a high profile case, and I'm trying to make sure I'm speaking to the right person in detail about the case.
Okay, okay.
You know,
Are you an investigator?
I am an investigator, and
Okay.
I'm also. Go ahead.
Are you a licensed investigator in the state of Florida?
Sir, I'm also a victim, so
Okay, so you're not an investigator.
I am an investigator, but I'm also a victim.
Oh.
But that's neither.
Are you a licensed investigator in the state of Florida? Because you're asking questions about my department and my officers. So I want to know, how can I help you?
Right. Well, I mean, I'm not saying you guys did anything wrong. I'm just trying to resolve the situation. So there's a situation involving some high-profile crimes, and I need to make sure I'm speaking to the right person to be able.
High-profile crimes in a hospital?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can give you the number to our risk management. That's who you need to speak to.
Okay.
Let me give the number to risk management. Hold on, we get a number for you, all right?
Thank you, sir.
Were you a patient here?
To be honest with you, and once again, I'm really not trying to be rude.
Okay.
They're aware of this situation already, and they're already aware of who I am because my phone number is attached to the complaint and the investigation and everything. So if anybody that I speak to over the phone is not aware, is not able to access that information just by my phone number that I'm calling from, then that person's not supposed to have the information. You understand? Just from a investigation perspective.
I got you. But we don't have anyone here on the weekends, and the woman has been trying to tell you that for the past 30 minutes. So I'm going to give you the number that you need to contact risk management, and they don't come in until Monday.
Okay.
And they can answer all your questions.
All right.
Is that 5364? Okay, I got it. You ready to copy this number now, sir?
Yes.
It's 850-431-5364. And that's our risk management. You can get that first thing Monday morning.
Could you repeat that number one more time? 850-431-5364?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
they could help you out with anything.
Absolutely. And who's the best person to speak to there?
Her name is Judy.
Judy.
Okay. Yes.
Does she have a last name?
I'm not sure what her last name is. Okay. We have 6,000 people working in this hospital.
I understand. Is it Judith A. Lewis?
I don't know what her last name is. All I know is her name is Judy.
Okay.
But that's the number you can contact.
Right. Is there a supervisor there that you're aware of?
Not on the weekends.
Okay. Well, in general, is there a supervisor at the risk management department?
She is overall the director of risk management.
Okay. All righty. And
so
then,
first thing, 8 a.m., you can call her first thing in the morning, 8 a.m. She'll be in.
All right. Thank you, sir. And what's your name again?
My name is Dave.
Dave. Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I ask what your last name is?
No, my name is Dave.
Dave.
Because you won't give me your information, so I'm giving you my first name.
Yeah, you're a very smart man, Dave. I wish more people would think like you. So could you confirm the day and time right now?
8 a.m. You can call her at 8 a.m. first thing Monday morning.
Okay, so I'll call Judy at Risk Management at 8 a.m.
Yes, sir.
At 850-431-5364.
Yes, sir.
I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to be rude.
You're fine. You're fine.
Could you confirm the day and time right now? It says 11:22 a.m. Could you confirm?
It is.
Could you confirm the date today?
What is today's date? All right, sir. You got the information you need. I want to hang up, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude. Is today Saturday, May 18th, 2024?
Yes, sir. It is.
Thank you, Dave.
All right. Have a great day.
Same to you, sir. The duration of this audio transcript is 30 minutes and 45 seconds. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Sorry,
Bob Varble.
is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Bob Varble, this is Omar Mohsen Ibrahim Fuad. I'm an investigator. I need your assistance regarding a situation that took place yesterday morning at approximately 12 a.m., specifically on Friday, May 17th, 2024, at approximately 12 a.m. at the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital emergency room. It involves a procurement scam and malicious harassment and a nurse identified as Christopher, a large, heavy-set black male, muscular, and approximately 300 pounds. He snatched the EKG wires off of my chest and finger because I informed him that my insurance company requires a nurse to confirm with them that I'm being discharged so they could dispatch transportation for me to return to my home. The time now is 10:47 a.m. Today is Saturday, May 18th, 2024. This is the second voicemail that I have left on your voicemail, Mr. Bob Varble. My phone number is 772-538-8586. This is not a hoax or a joke. I also need to mention that I have a cervical sprain and several other injuries due to police brutality and malicious harassment by my opposing counsels and their friends ever since the police brutality was reported. Once again, my phone number is 772-538-8586. Please call me as soon as possible. From my understanding, there's an approximate 30-day time frame where they keep these types of video and audio footages at the hospital. I'm trying to avoid to have to file a notice of production and a subpoena ducis tecum with or without deposition to obtain the video footage. But if that's the case and if that's necessary, I need to establish with the security and or the personnel that's in charge of the audio and video footage at the hospital to make sure that they do not delete the audio and video footage from the hospital Because in situations like this, when there's an assault and or a complaint, they have to keep the video footage for as long as necessary. And it's necessary to keep the video footage until the case is resolved. And from experience, they try to cover up these types of cases, and I can't allow that to happen. Once again, my phone number is 772-538-8586. Please call me as soon as you get this message. The time now is 10:50 a.m. Today is Saturday, May 18th, 2024. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The duration of this audio transcript is now 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.